The Berkshire girls get a hat trick from Julia Frank en route to a 4-0 win over visiting Laurel on Saturday night in non-conference play as the Badgers improve to 7-0-2 on the season and remain unbeaten. A pretty decent 80 here, I think, from Berkshire, especially that opening 40. It was efficient enough, certainly. 8 shots on target. 3-0 lead by halftime. They didn't really need to do much else other than that. But you saw glimpses in that opening 40 of what you like to see from the Badgers. That good combination play through midfield, some rhythm into the attack, being able to get Lexi Boyk and Julia Frank involved. And there's so many weapons in this side, obviously, led by Lexi and Julia. They have a number of girls that can deliver the end product in this side, and they can be very dangerous in the attack. And like I said, they were economical there in that opening 40 to really take control of this match and didn't really need to do much more there in the second half. But as far as that opening 40, the highlight for me was that second goal. Flip throws are one of those things that you really want to only pull that out of the bag once or twice a match. And Lexi Boyk has that in her arsenal and delivered a nice ball there to Julia Frank, and Julia with a beautiful glancing header there, high and near post to make it a 2-0 match. It's one of those things you only want to do, like I said, once or twice a match because you don't want to take the surprise factor out of it. But Lexi delivers it with such accuracy, like they were saying after the match, it almost acts essentially as a corner on a restart with the throw-ins, and that's a nice option because you can really have those runs off the ball like you practice on corner kicks. You can almost have those in the same instance on throw-ins, and that's a nice weapon to have. And this Berkshire side just keeps developing. I mean, they're still so young, and they're a transitioning side after graduating Kat Lillibridge and Asia Martin from that side a year ago. They have some new pieces in the defensive third. That's still a work in progress, but the side is so young and so promising. It's good to see those glimpses and as they put in an efficient performance. The one complaint that I had from that opening 40, and they all, Ian and the girls acknowledged it after the match, first touches need some work. And I get it. On a grass pitch, it's difficult to really get things going with those first touches, especially through midfield on a grass pitch. But once you get on turf, obviously you need that to be a little bit better so you can open up that spacing and open up your options a little bit better if you can get those first touches a little tighter and then start to look for that service thereafter. But Berkshire looked pretty decent in this match and came out with a thorough result as a result of it. Before we go any further, I also want to acknowledge Laurel here. Obviously not a coverage area side for us, but I give Laurel an enormous amount of credit. They came to this match with only 12 girls dressed. They played this entire match with 10 on the pitch, went 11v10 in the opening 40 and then 10v10 in the second half, and they put in a pretty serviceable performance. The attack was pretty decent there after halftime. They recorded 5 shots on target. Their number 9, Claire Fedor, she can play. She's pretty good. They started her as a striker. I had her in midfield. She's a nice little player for them. I wish they had more numbers over there, but I think the Gators deserve a lot of credit for putting in a work rate here. Obviously, when you're playing down like that and your numbers are thin, having that work rate in the second half is a tough thing to achieve, but Laurel was able to do that, and I think they deserve a lot of credit for hanging in there and hanging within 4-0 against an explosive Berkshire side. So I wanted to tip my hat to them and do that, and that's been said now. But with Berkshire, they just keep plugging along. It's at a point now with this program, and I absolutely love it, where obviously in the infancy of the program, maybe there were some times where they were, like we've said in the past, where they were playing that route one kickball soccer, just throwing service over the top. Please, I hope a striker latches onto this. They don't play like that anymore. They play football, and it's nice to see. And like I said, they have so many options in the attack with Lexi and Julia and these girls. It's a very good side, and they were able to keep things rolling along here very efficiently in a 4-0 win over visiting Laurel on Saturday.